All right, guys, thanks very much here in West Virginia. Joined now by Holly Rowe. We'll be doing the sidelines for the ESPN game tonight. However, last night she was in Glendale, Arizona doing sidelines for the radio broadcast for the national championship game. What day is it? Do you know?
It's Tuesday.
Got that right? What time is it?
I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, that's asking too much, really. How in the world do you pull off both, Holly?
I had a 3:45 a.m. wake-up call, about 6 hours worth of flights. I landed in Pittsburgh, everything was great, and then the snow, so it took me about 3.5 hours to get here. White knuckle, I went through the back roads because all the freeways were closed. But I took a nap on the couch in the women's basketball office, so thank you, Mike Carey, West Virginia, and here we are.
Here we are, indeed. It is awesome. It took us about an hour and 15 minutes to go 3 miles just to get here, and you went all the way across the country. What was that like last night? Terrific game.
Oh, it was such a great game. I had the Alabama sidelines, and I'm telling you, I wish I could tell people exactly what went on, but Alabama, they were so worried about the tempo of Clemson and the conditioning. They had an army, like 20 people with hydration things and shoes and bags around their waist with little oxygen tanks that were portable. Like, their plan was so good and so well orchestrated that it doesn't surprise me that they had a lot left in the tank in the fourth quarter.
He really does think of everything. Another national championship for Nick Saban.
They Gatorated him, and there was someone standing by with a towel for him. He thought of everything.
That's amazing. Speaking of great games, you were in Lawrence a little over a week ago, Kansas and Oklahoma. Where does that one rank for you?
Oh my gosh, that's the best regular season basketball game I've ever been at in person, ever. And maybe one of the best I've ever been at, period. It was so good. Hey there. It was so good. I couldn't go to sleep that night. I just kept laying in bed thinking about the big shot after big shot after big shot. I just ran into Scott Van Pelt, and he was like, thank you so much for getting Buddy Hield to come out and do that interview on the Scott Van Pelt show. Like, you never interview the losers, right?
Right, yeah.
But his performance was epic. And then luckily, their director stayed on the shot and could see the KU fans in the background as Buddy got up to leave the court. They stayed and gave him a standing ovation. I'm serious. I got like all choked up. Like, these are the best fans in the world, and they just appreciate good basketball. It was like a special moment.
It was a great pregame, great game, great postgame, as you mentioned as well. Lastly here, what kind of environment are we going to have here in Morgantown? This is, what, the 6th time in history a #1 team's come here. They're calling it one of the biggest games in history.
I know, it's really sad because they sold out their game here Saturday. There's a lot of buzz around this game, but it's awful weather. So they actually just had to send the university police to go get the KU team to get them here in time. So we almost didn't have a game. So I'm a little worried about the crowd, but I do know the people that will be here will be very loud and crazy and good. Last year there was about 7,000 in a similar situation. So I think it'll be really good. I know that West Virginia, A, they're hyped up about #1, but B, they show up for the KU game every time we're ever here.
Really good Mountaineer team this year as well. Thanks so much. Do you have a day off at least tomorrow?
I do.
She doesn't know when tomorrow is, but she knows she has a day off. Thanks so much, Holly Rowe.
Thank you.
Guys, more to come from Morgantown.